Hi everyone, my name is Icarix. Welcome to our show.
Yes, welcome. I'm Kudagusus, and we are just about to start our defense of Alalia, because Rome decided to launch an amphibious assault with the 7th Legion. This will be a bit of a shorter episode compared to some of the others, thanks to Icarix's creative decisions. But anyways...
So hey, I'm the editor here. What I say goes.
Yes, as he likes to say. But anyways, so we have our two little garrison ships going off to attack the enemy transports, whilst the cavalry has already disembarked and caused trouble, because that's what CA decided to do in one of the last updates, to do what they did in Attila and have cavalry and mounted troops already just be on the ground. But anyway, so whilst my ships are going off, I will eventually be rushing my Libyan spearmen to take on the enemy cavalry.
Because clearly, arriving now.
Yes, it's the Roman equites are coming down, and also their general, and then rushing my Libyans to counter them.
Oh, and here comes your infantrymen now.
Yes.
On their way to
weak ass Libyan spearmen.
They deal with the hand you're dealt with.
I know.
And as you can see, they seem to be putting up a decent defense against the
mercenary Samnite cavalry. And there's the Equites Extraordinari. And I'm rushing more Libyans to fight. Now we are getting to my ships.
Only 2 ships.
Yes, that's all I had in front of my garrison fleet. But I've got this advantage, they're naval ships, they can ram, and transports are weak as hell. One shot, that's an enemy unit gone. So if utilised well, they can do a lot of damage.
They better, there's only one, so they better make it count.
Oh yeah, look, sank one enemy ship, that's an entire unit gone.
Oh, right in the back there.
Yep. So you know, 1 to 2 good rams and you can just obliterate an enemy unit.
Looks like there's a little bit more Libyan spearmen to hold up your defenses.
Yep, the enemy mercenary cavalry are starting to waver. It looks like the Equites Extraordinari routed, so now it's just to attack their general, the enemy general. Sank another ship.
Oh, your ships seem to be doing a decent amount of damage there.
Yep.
That's good news.
Yeah. Yeah. This ship was an issue. Yeah, that ship there decided to rout. But yeah, I decided to hit this unit of Pedites Extraordinari, because they'd be probably a little bit more dangerous. And that's them gone. And now they're gonna go and join the fishes.
They're gonna have a little swim with the fishies.
Yes.
Or sharks. Whatever's more dangerous.
Well, I don't think there's many sharks in the Mediterranean. Maybe, but I don't think so.
Well, those guys seem to be completely overwhelmed and alone for this world.
The enemy generals now fighting my Libyans, so kind of surrounded by my Libyans.
Got a chance there.
Yeah, and it'd be nice if the general dies.
It'd be a good way to weaken their morale.
Yep, it will weaken their morale. Although units with the discipline trait, which a lot of Roman units have, don't take as big of a penalty. But yeah, sank another ship.
One of your ships is down.
I know. The other, that ship routed. Yeah, so sank another enemy unit.
Abandon ship!
Looks like I'm going after another... Oh, of course I'm going after another ship, but... Yeah. Another Pedites Extraordinari.
It seems to have a particular interest in ramming these ships up their asses.
Well, you know, really make him hurt.
Sure, where else would they be more of the most vulnerable?
Yes. But yes, those Sardinian archers are pelting my marines.
Marines seem to be holding up pretty well.
Well, they are taking casualties still, and with enough losses, they will start to waver and rout. Like now, they're
They
starting to
haven't
waver.
routed yet, so they still got a chance.
Well, yeah, and now they've just started to rout.
Nah. Well, it was good while it lasted.
Yeah, well, I took down a good portion of their fleet.
Yeah, it's still pretty impressive.
Yeah, well, I suppose less fleet, more of an army. And yeah, as we see, the Libyans are still causing trouble for the enemy general.
The general seems to be putting up a good fight. Still not dead. So
Well,
that's
yeah,
something.
because it's a fairly sturdy cavalry unit against a weak, 2 weak spear infantry.
I suppose that makes sense.
Plus, also, I think it's not always the best thing to have 2 units fighting one, unless it's done in a specific way.
Hopefully your cavalry will arrive and make a difference soon.
I have no cavalry.
Oh, you have no cavalry. Okay.
This is a garrison force. It's just Carthaginian militia, Libyan spearmen, and Libyan javelin men.
Ah.
And Libyan townsfolk. And with some higher end... And you can get some Carthaginian cavalry and marines in some higher end. But this is still relatively early in the campaign, so I don't have access to them just yet. So yes, as we can see, it's going pretty okay.
Holding up a decent defense.
Yep. So yeah, I hope everybody's enjoying this.
Please enjoy it, everyone. We beg you.
Yes, and we'll try to be more consistent and actually start uploading more. But yeah, the enemy general is starting to rout. You know, this is our first.
Prepared for anything.
This is our first recording session in a while.
Yes, because someone here had to edit a documentary for college. Please don't ask me about it.
Okay, what documentary for college? How was it like?
I told you, no questions. But if you're really interested, it was about the
Anyways.
Irish Art Committee.
Anyway, so my Carthaginian militia has decided to go into a phalanx, or rather I put them in a phalanx. And my other militia's in their phalanx. So as we see, getting ready for the Romans to land.
Managed to take down a good 3 or 4 ships, I'd say.
I'm pretty sure I took down more than that.
Well, I lost count.
Well, it was probably a full stack of 20. Okay.
Wow.
The army was probably a full stack of 20. And
So about
if we assume there's 20, and 3 units were cavalry that were not on ships now for the assault. And there are 6 ships left. I'm sure you're capable of doing some level of basic maths.
oh, they're on their way now.
Yes. Mercenary metallic swordsmen. These guys are Mamertines. Oh, the good old Mamertines. The guys that basically started the First Punic War. And the Sardinian archers.
What are these guys' specialties?
The Sardinian archers?
Yeah.
They're pretty good archers. They've good range and pretty good armor.
What about the other mercenaries?
The Mamertines are pretty good spearmen. They're pretty decent spearmen, but they're quite slow. Italian. And then the mercenary swordsmen are pretty good, solid swords. Pretty handy.
You think they'll be able to hold up against... You think your Libyan mercenaries will be able to hold up against them?
Well, ideally I'd have them attack my Carthaginian militia, which are in a phalanx. And then I'd have my Libyans smash them from behind.
Decent strategy.
because the Libyans aren't very strong to do a lot otherwise, and hitting the enemy in the rear is quite effective at causing morale penalties. So yeah. Basically, I think, folks, today's episode will just be covering this battle. But anyway, so my Libyan javelin men are starting to throw some javelins on the Sardinian archers. Only one guy was killed, so yeah, the Italian swordsmen are moving.
Double the trouble.
Well, charging to my phalanx, which is kind of what I want them to do. And the Mamertines are moving. Yeah, I got poked to death.
Ouch.
Yeah, my Libyans are attacking the Sardinians. Yeah. So, it should go well. I think this battle is in my favour. What do you think, Icarix?
I don't know about you, Kunagusis, but I'd say this battle's going down very smoothly.
Yes. It does look to be going pretty well. But, speaking of Carthage stuff, actually, the new DEI update 1.3.1 has a small visual change affecting Carthage. The Kothon port is shown on the map now. So we can't see it in this campaign, of course, because this is in 1.2.8, 7? I'm not sure what time the build of DEI that this campaign is in. It started in 1.2.7, then later I did it in 1.2.8.
Either way,
But
sure to look out for a video that we will be doing about this specific update in the near future.
yes,
Just going over all the basic new additions that we'll be going over all the new additions and sort of the comparisons between any other updates or just
yeah, we'll be going over. We'll be making it. We're working on the video, covering the new changes for DEI 1.3.1, which is pretty big as always. They never disappoint in their updates. So we'll be showing some of the stuff there.
Either way, be sure to look out for our next video about that.
Yes. It's a TBD. We'll hope to get it done soon. So you guys can enjoy our take on this new update. And there will definitely be a new campaign with that update. We'll just have to see when we get around to working on that. We're still trying to get the footage for this series. We finished recording it a long time ago.
We will be wrapping up our Qart-Hadasht series soon enough.
Yes. Qart-Hadasht or Carthage. Whatever suits yourself, Icarix.
Thank you, Kunagusis.
But yes. So, looks like our Libyans are beating those Sardinians. Which is good justice considering those Sardinians are bloody traitors because I control Sardinia already. But yes.
Nothing like putting good down treacherous traitors in the night.
Yes. We will never let the Romans take Corsica and Sardinia like they did in history. Because Corsica and Sardinia was historically belonged to Carthage. And then Rome decided to take those two territories, those two islands, when Carthage was in the middle of its mercenary revolt. Following the First Punic War. So, yeah, certainly don't want that to happen. And we have the Mamertines fighting.
I love the smell of blood in the morning.
Yes. Yes, the good old Mamertines. As I said earlier, the guys that basically started the First Punic War. Because they decided to cause a bit of trouble in Sicily. And then ran to the Romans for help.
What are the Mamertine specialties?
Well, I don't know anything about historically, other just the Mamertines were Italians, in Oscans, who were mercenaries. In the game, they're just spearmen. They're pretty good, solid spears. Although I think you'd probably be better using Tarentine Thoreo spears, but it takes like 60 turns to get access to them.
I'm surprised there hasn't been an update that sort of accounts for their real-world skills, I suppose.
Well, I don't think we know anything about the real-world skills of the Mamertines. Just, they were Oscans, so they're a type of Italian, who were, like, mercenaries. I think that's all you can probably say for sure about the Mamertines.
There's no historical records or anything?
Again, I think all that we know is, well, we can at least infer from other things for how Italians and Oscans and all fought from probably archaeology. And the spear is pretty common, and a lot of the equipment is pretty Italian looking, so you can just infer it, but there's not like anything specific. There's not that special, the Mamertines or anything. I took a screenshot there. And another one.
Viewers, I'd like to remind you that Kunagusis has a strange fascination with photographs of entire bodies spewed across the ground, so just keep an eye on him in the near future. I think he has issues.
Oh well. We all have issues. We're all fans of Total War, so... But anyways, I think it's going pretty well. So yeah, bottom line is, I don't think we know that much about the Mamertines to have anything too specific.
Maybe one day.
Well, what would you be looking for to have specific ideas about the Mamertines?
Maybe just their battle strategies, I guess.
Well, that's strategies is usually more of a commander's thing, and Mamertines were, well, in this case, they were genuine mercenaries. I don't know much about the Mamertines, so I shouldn't probably be talking not too much about them, so I don't know that much about Mamertines. I just know of them.
Alright.
And that they started the First Punic War, more or less. But anyways, enough of the Mamertines. I'm moving my Libyans around to hopefully hit the enemy in the rear.
Right in their behinds.
Yes. So, should be good.
They won't even know I hit them.
Hopefully not. Yeah. So we have those Samnite swordsmen. I think they're meant to be Samnites. Those mercenary Italian swords. They're meant to, I think, represent Samnites. Which are another Oscan, I think they spoke Oscan, group of Italians. Oscan's an extinct Italic language. So, closely related to Latin. I think Umbrian was another language that was Italic, close to Latin. They're the only ones I know of. But Latin's the only one that had any major influence today.
Oh, here they come now.
Yeah. My Libyans are charging.
Completely unawares. That's a good sign.
Yeah.
Oh, here they come. Here they come. Ooh, that's rough.
How would you rate that out of 10?
Probably an 8.
Okay.
Great little sneak attack there.
Okay then. Oh look, they're starting to waver. Mass rout
that's
coming.
good.
Yeah. Looks like I think we're getting a mass. Yep, and it looks like we've got a mass rout. That's neat.
Very neat. Around it on all sides.
Yep.
Practically.
Yep. Now I'm just trying to pick off what guys I can. So these are still the early style Camillan Romans. So they've all got spears. They'll eventually start swapping those spears out for swords. The famous Spanish sword.
When do they start eventually swapping them out for swords?
Well, we don't really know for sure when the Romans, if you're talking in history, I don't think it's known for sure when the Romans started to pick up the sword, but they probably started at least using the Spanish sword, Gladius Hispaniensis, probably after the First Punic War, but they could have been using other swords before that point, but nobody knows for sure as far as I'm aware. But once I think once we get to the Punic Wars, they would have picked up the Spanish sword, and that became their iconic weapon.
Ooh, running away like pansies.
Yes. Now my Libyan townsfolk charge at them with their clubs and daggers.
Get out of here!